Thanks for tuning in to the July 15th edition of my weekly video devotion. Our text for today is the 23rd Psalm. I'll read it from the Revised Standard Version. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The word of the Lord. Now, if you polled Christians to come up with a top 10 list of biblical passages, their favorites, I'm quite certain that the 23rd Psalm, if it wasn't first, would be at least in the top 3. I've done many funerals during the 21 years as an ordained pastor, and even a few before them, and I can tell you that probably 85% of the funerals that I've done, the 23rd Psalm has been read. So why is that? Well, I think it's because this passage of Scripture is so wonderfully comforting. Sometimes I read it in the hospital when I'm visiting people. More often I read it when I'm visiting someone who's under hospice care. Now I have to be a bit careful as to where and when I read this. Years ago I visited a gentleman in the hospital and read the 23rd Psalm. And when I looked up, after I finished reading, and he had this look on his face that was just sheer terror. He looked at me and said, "I'm going to die, aren't I? But no one's got the guts to tell me." And I assured him, no, you're going to be okay. But it taught me a lesson about that I need to be a bit careful as to when I read that. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Jesus provides everything that I need. The Lord is my shepherd, he makes me lie down in green pastures, he restores my soul. Jesus offers me rest and refreshment. The second leader dog puppy we raised was named Ebony. He was a black lab. He loved the water, still does. The person that received him, they have a boat and they love to go out on the lake, and he just loves every minute of that. One Sunday afternoon when we had her, I took her for a walk and we ended up on our dock out at Beads Lake. After a few minutes, I told her, "Okay, Ebony, it's time to go back inside. It's about time for the second half of the football game to kick off." But instead of standing up, she'd been sitting, she laid down. And I tried to get her back up, and she wasn't going to budge. She gave me this look. What it really said is, "What's your hurry? It's a beautiful day out here. It's a beautiful place. Got warm sun and a cool breeze. It's up high enough that the bugs are out bothering us. Why not just stay here and enjoy this?" And so we did for probably 30 minutes. So I have to tell you, every time I go out on my dock now, I'm reminded of the 23rd Psalm. I thought about it that day on the dock with that dog, and I think about it every time I'm out there. So take a few minutes today and give thanks to God for the beauty of his creation. Take some time to lie down in green pastures to restore your soul. For instance, as I look out my office window today, in the neighbor's flower box out there, there's some beautiful coneflowers, kind of pinkish purple in color, and they're beautiful, waving in the wind right now. And it's a very cloudy day, and so the lighting keeps changing out there, and so it's always kind of fun to take a couple seconds and look up and just see the differences in how things look out the window. Take some time. Take some time today and give thanks to God that he is providing for you. Give thanks to Jesus because he truly loves you just the way you are. Ask in the warmth of Christ's love this day. Thanks for tuning in.